What you going by?
My name, Vanetta Schoefield.
Vanetta Schoefield.
Yep.
All right, put your right hand up and your left hand on your word, whatever you decide your word is.
Okay.
Swap them. Right hand up. There we go. Okay, the one that's not an L. I'm cracking up. She's fun already. Okay. Hold it just like that.
Okay.
Do you solemnly agree that we have your permission to post this across all of our social media platforms?
Yes.
Is there anything, and I do mean anything, that's off limits you don't want us to ask you about?
There's nothing off limits.
If there is, she funny.
I'm so excited.
I'm cracking up. I love it. If there is anything that we do touch on that you're uncomfortable with, we understand that you can tell us no or pass or move on.
Oh my God, y'all got whips and chains?
No.
Y'all got like this is what's going on? Did y'all do like intense research or is it like
no?
No,
okay.
A lot of people request us to take it down.
Yeah, they get upset.
They say too much on our interview.
Oh no.
As long as you know we live, girl.
Nah, let's go.
All right, let's get it.
Literally is no pressure. I'm your host, Bangem Bugg.
It's your girl, just K for real.
And we got a special guest. She already introduced herself, so tell us where you originally from.
I don't think I properly introduced myself. My name is Vanetta Schoefield.
Yes, ma'am.
I am a comedian, producer, brand strategist, but most importantly, an entrepreneur.
Come on.
And yeah, I represent Funny Honeys LLC. So hey,
Yes.
I'm originally from North Carolina, and I moved to Atlanta from New York.
Okay, what part?
So I was living in Harlem.
Oh,
That's
that's
my
dope.
business. Yeah, Harlem, New York. Yeah.
Harlem's cool. New York is.
I mean, New York is gonna chew you up and spit you out a different version of yourself, but
we will.
it's cool. Yeah, I fuck with New York. I miss it.
For real?
Yeah, I miss doing comedy there. Comedy is
Oh.
yeah, certain space for it. Like it's like
It's
comedy.
welcome.
Nah, it's like
Tougher.
yeah, you gotta be funny. You gotta have like joke. You know what I mean?
So you funny.
I'm like I know comedy. Like
Okay.
I'm a student of comedy. So
You know how to deliver.
huh?
You ain't confident with it. You ain't just like, I'm the best out here. Like, you know, some
I mean, I'm the best for me. I'm definitely the best Vanetta. I'm definitely, every time I step up on stage, I'm better and better than I was before. So that's my focus. I ain't really focus on other niggas and what they doing. So no, I'm not gonna say I'm the best because this other niggas is doing, they the best them.
You the best you.
I'm the best me.
Damn.
That's
like
it.
Yeah, I guess maybe veterans talk like that because I hear like the people who do it for like 25 years plus, they be like, I'm the best out here type.
Yeah, and they're probably really bitter too because they're doing it for 25 years. It's probably not where they want to be.
Ooh.
You have to say that to kind of reclaim that or some shit like that.
Well, I mean, I think Corey Holcomb, he say that. I think he one of the best, like, as far as like stand up.
I mean, I think
What's
comedy
his
overall is subjective. So it's like you have your own favorite. Like it's, you know, some people like people that are witty. Some people like people that are like very animated.
It's about who you can relate to.
Yeah, and everybody has their own individual, and that don't make nobody better or worse. Like,
It's different. I agree.
Okay, so did you grow up with both of your parents?
do I look like I grew up with both my parents?
What does that look like?
Like if I grew up with both my parents, I think I'd be more like, hi.
I'm
Do you have like Fiji?
I'm crying.
Okay, no, I'm just kidding. No, I did not grow up with my parents.
I'm crying. That's what that looks like. That's what it looks like.
So
You
feel like
drink
girly
Fiji?
girls?
No, that was rude. But it was true.
I'm cracking up.
I'm not gonna say girly girls. I'm just gonna say there's a certain type of, you know, person and woman that grew up in a 2-parent household that is more traditional. And I think for me to do the things I've done and for me to be in that space, like there is a entrepreneur's wound, and like for me to accomplish and get in that space to be in that, like had to go through some shit. So. You know, that shit started early, so nah.
You don't think people in 2-parent households could be entrepreneurs?
They definitely can, but if they in 2-parent households, they mama and they daddy got money.
Not really.
Okay, if they're in
That's
2-parent
true.
households, they grew up with some kind of sustainability. They grew up with some kind
I'm from
of,
the projects, and my parents, they still together now, so.
of course,
Yeah.
but you grew up in a 2-parent household, so there was 2 people pitching in on bills, or,
My dad is as
so, okay, so 2-parent household, so you grew up with love from one primarily, and financial stability from another.
well. I mean, he was in the projects.
Okay, so there was still, but look, either way, if it was in the projects, there was still a mixture and a blend of a mother and a father. It was a 2-parent household. I mean, you didn't go without.
Yeah.
Not even that, but you saw 2 people. You didn't see it being put on one person. I grew up seeing it being put on one person, and then that one person put it on me.
Which person?
My mama. You know, so I grew up with that. You know what I mean? I was a nigga in the household, like on some real shit. Like I was cooking. Like I was the daddy. Like I taught my little brother how to walk.
Wow.
Like I did. I started cooking early. Like my uncle would take me to the store, and my mom would give me the grocery list, and I would just go shopping. I would get the groceries. Like Well,
your mom was at work.
I mean, at work or not at work. My mom like suffered from like physical shit. I mean, my mom was kind of bipolar as well, so. She suffered from a lot of shit, you know what I mean? So
what else?
Just being a black woman in society. I mean, like
a black woman in America.
I know, like it was a lot that it was harder for her on raising 2 kids. Primarily alone. So that is literally what it was, and that being the oldest, I always saw myself in a different light, in a different space, like so. No, I didn't grow up with 2 parents, and yes, I think that makes me different.
I know that's right.
Okay, so do you feel like what do you feel like you might have missed out on as far as like having a man to woman relationship, or do you feel like you missing out on something, or you need to be taught something, like dealing with men, or?
I don't think it's something I need to be taught. It's just something that you see. I mean, perception is reality. So if you've never perceived something, if you've never seen something, it's hard for you to actualize it for yourself. It's been hard for me to let like niggas really love me and shit, cause I like, man, really, I ain't seen it. I don't know what I feel like. Oh, nigga, you love me? No, you don't.
Right.
That's a fucking motive. Like, you don't love me.
That's not familiar.
But it's a lot of women go through that. That's a lot of things.
Like basically, you kind of innately. I guess you do feel like you push people away, but do you feel like you've missed out on someone because of that habit or that trait?
I mean, I would say I've missed out on a lot of niggas. Honestly, I have, but at the same time, I've consistently grown, and like I don't say I've outgrown all of them. Some of them could have grown with me, and we could have grown together. But at the end of the day, I don't think I've like missed out because I still keep growing as a person.
Right.
And I still, it's hard for certain people to accept that. And I've always kind of been that, like, we can grow separately together.
Right.
But if we, like, but if we grow apart while we're growing as individuals, I don't really want to be with that. And it's hard for a lot of men to deal with a woman growing in that, like, consistently self-improvement. You know what I mean? Like, consistently, like, I mean, I've been growing my brand for, like, 5 years. You know what I mean? I've gone from, like, 2-3 people on my show to, like, selling, packing the show at like Uptown Comedy Corner, you know what I mean? Like on a Monday, so like I've gone from that to that. So of course, like it's not a lot of niggas that can handle that.
I'm saying I think like long as you respecting your man and you ain't talking down to him, I don't see what man would be like mad at you for getting bigger, like unless you talking to the nigga like he ain't shit or you got more money, like.
No, I would never do that. I would never talk down to anybody that I was like, and I don't do that. But there's been a few moments, and I'll tell you this because like I dated a like comedian who was a veteran comic like when I first started comedy.
What's his name?
I'm not gonna tell you his name.
I'm not gonna tell you his name.
I'm not gonna tell you his name. He's your nameless.
Okay.
But no, he was like, he was a veteran. No, I started comedy in New York, so probably don't even know him like this. He's just very funny, very amazing. Okay, you probably know him. But
okay, you probably don't.
The point of the story is it was the fact that like I started like I was maybe like a few months into comedy when like we first met. You know what I mean? And we grew a friendship prior to all of that, but it's just seeing that growth and seeing that. And there was one time where I had such amazing performance, and like I rode like he took me with him to the show, and like. I mean, it was like one of my first really great performances. It was outside of New York. It was in another state, you know what I mean? And I was just like, funny, right? And like afterwards, everybody was like, talking to me and asking me for my Instagram and all that. And like, I was so excited. I was smiling and like, I just, from the corner of my eye, caught this nigga looking.
He was like, you bitch.
And he was biting his nail.
You did too much.
You did too good.
And after that, he was like, I saw the DJ talking to you. Saw this, saw that, and it was just like I saw that it was gonna be an issue for me to get with people and that out the gate, and I was like maybe 6, 7. I was less than a year in comedy. I had just started like really, it takes a while for you to get funny, so I just started really, and I was like, oh, so this is gonna be some issue, like so I saw that professionally where it was different things. So it's just, I don't know. Shit, this ain't all about me. What y'all do?
This is all about you.
Damn it!
Crack it out.
So do y'all be fucking with people in your industry? Have you done that before?
Yeah, my man is a rapper. Like, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Hold on, we ain't switching it up.
You can
Y'all
ask
got me in the
questions
hot
too, though,
seat.
if you
Y'all
want
not trying to let me out.
You can ask questions too, though.
I
Ask him whatever you want.
I was only asking because I wanted to say something about being in the industry with someone. Like, I like, being with someone that understands
Who
what I
does what
do.
you do. Yeah.
If you don't get it, first of all, I gotta explain so much to you. And I really just like, I want you to be my safe space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want you to be my outlet. Like, I want to just unwind from my day type shit with you.
It's rare and it's difficult because, like you said, there's one, envy. And then two, it's just like that uncomfortableness, like that uncertainty. You're cute. You're doing your thing. So are people trying to talk to you? Are you gonna fuck over me? Da, da, da. So it's difficult. Those type of thoughts come with the dude or whatever. But it just depends on the person.
It does.
And you can't really like lock in with nobody who's not on that type of time. Like the same thing with the guy. Like once you feel it, it's time to.
It's and I've seen it so soon with so many people, and it's definitely hurtful in that space because like one of my favorite my idol on some real shit, and I hate saying this on because I love, especially since I've been in Atlanta, all I'm doing of course is like every podcast, but I love Lucille Ball, like, and that's my bitch, like that's like my idol, and I've always wanted that. Lucille Ball.
I know who that is.
I love Lucy.
Oh, okay, bet. I'm like, I know that name.
I love Lucy. Y'all, like, the story is just dope. I told the story all the time.
You do act like you would like that show.
Yo, because I'm like a slapstick look. Yeah, and I'm corny, I'm quirky, and I do I do little stupid shit, like not on purpose, like I just like
it's your life.
Like I'm a little dorky sometimes. So like it works because she's like that, naturally, but also like. She was pretty much on her way out of like she had movies flopping and shit. They gave her a radio show with this guy, and the radio show went well. People would show up to watch the radio show, and they would like how she was like animated and shit. You know what I mean? And so then they was trying to give her a TV show. They was like CBS was just starting to broadcast TV. They wanted to give her a TV show. And she wanted to be with her husband more because they was about to get divorced and all that shit. This nigga didn't speak English. He was on the road. He was singing, and she wanted to be with him.
Right.
So when they brought her for the meeting to give her the deal for the show, she's like, I want fucking Desi to play my nigga.
That's dope.
I want my husband to play my man. This nigga didn't speak English.
Right.
He's literally like the first nigga on TV. Like really when you think about it.
Right.
Like he didn't speak English.
Nigga, we made it.
And she was the first bitch to have a baby on TV. She got pregnant in real life. She had a baby in real life. Her having her baby, that was like really that happened on TV.
Right. That's
so
crazy.
she was the only bitch that really lived her life on her own terms and like did what she wanted to do with her show.
That's fire.
That's like
that's like your goal.
That's my goal, to do what I want to do, and I don't give a fuck who I'm fucking. They coming with me. Like fucking.
That's how it's supposed to be. Babe, link up. Let's go.
Let's
we
go
together. It's
so
us.
yeah, whatever.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
What's your most traumatic experience as a child?
This is getting good.
He's talking about this is getting good. If you laugh on fucking stage, I get it.
Oh,
cause that shit.
No, this is fun. Okay, so what you say? What's my most
traumatic experience?
Traumatic?
Traumatic.
Damn, why you gotta go there? Okay, traumatic. What would you say, child? Because I've had a few. What like?
Before 18.
Traumatic experience before 18. I think it really changed the relationship I had with my mom, and I was about 16, and like. My stepdad was battling. He was in the church. He was preaching. My mom was a pastor, but he was also preaching too. But he was struggling, and he would go back and forth for crack. And he had, I don't know if it was when we were gone or what he had taken like all the pots and pans out the house. And he had taken everything, and he was starting to take stuff, and she was starting to like, beg him stop or whatever. And like, I was just like, Mom, if you're gonna keep going through this, man, listen, you saved, but you're not stupid.
Okay.
And like, she brought that up so many other times after that, and for me to say that to her, and like, I started cursing him out, and I just like really had a moment where I was like, I'm so tired of you just like doing this to us.
Right.
You know, my brother's watching. You know what I mean? Like,
This is your real dad?
this is my brother's dad.
Your brother's dad. Okay.
He was my stepdad. He came into my life when I was 4.
That's your dad.
Basically, my dad. I called him dad. I asked my mom, could I call him dad? Because like, she split up with my dad or whatever, and it was. Yeah, it was between that and the other experience would probably be when I was 3. That was when my dad was like got caught cheating on mom or whatever, and I was the one who like told.
Oh.
And like I think that's like very. It was an accident.
Right. I was about to say it's probably my accident. I get it.
She was a hairdresser, right? And it was like Easter, so she had bought me some shoes. She bought me some shoes for Easter, and I remember picking them out in the store, and I remember it feeling like weird. Like I remember, like I have a photograph of me, so I remember the store, going to the store and picking them out. And so she also did my hair for Easter, and I think it was just pretty much she was like, you know, that she was like, bitch, I'm that real bitch. You might be the wife, but like I'm doing your little daughter's hair and shit. Like so she was pushing it.
Yeah.
And I already met the bitch and shit. I didn't know anything. My daddy told me she was a friend. So
She wilded out.
I would fake sleep. Like, when I would fake sleep so my daddy could carry me in the house.
Right.
So I was fake sleep. He carried me in the house. My mom saw my hair was different. And she's like, why is her hair different? Who messed with her hair? And I woke up and was like, Miss Angie did it, mommy. And like, cut to the only thing I remember, the last memory of them in the same house. My mama had a knife, and she had the knife like right in between my daddy's nuts.
So he been messing with her. So
He had been messing with her. She's about to cut his dick off. And I was just screaming and crying, Mommy, please don't.
Damn, your mother like that. She like, I'm like that. I like your mother.
Yeah. My mama did not play. My mama does not play. So yeah, that was those 2 situations. And the freedom to be with men, it just goes back to me not having a really solid man in my life and growing up. And that's why I'm like, nigga, do I look like I had a daddy? Because of the situations that I've experienced.
Now you do like you got a daddy though.
Oh, thank you. I think that's a compliment.
What attractive women look like they got daddy?
Nah,
Oh my God, stop it.
It's like if I was to see her like walking around, I wouldn't be like you damaged or you know what I'm saying, like
Oh, that's good.
You know,
that's good.
cause
I wear it well.
I mean I'm not damaged, but that's
Yes, you are.
I'm not damaged.
We all are a little damaged, but
Yes, you are.
some of us are gently used. Some
Some
of us are gently used. Some of us are like,
I don't know.
You can take this, but you gotta do some building. You need some tape.
I feel like I know my faults, so it's like it is what it is when it comes.
You seem a little cold for like a female. Like
I'm very cold.
So I think the daddy shit has something to do with it.
I don't think that's what it is. I think I was raised, or I know I was raised by strong women. Like
You need
no
a
matter
daddy
what.
to balance that shit out. Like
Nah, cause I know how to be soft with my man, but y'all not my man, so y'all don't have to see that.
from what he was talking on the show, you seem cold.
Cause I can say everything. Like with us, we can talk. Like he can hear it, he can take it in, whatever. So now coming from a crazy ass person where I couldn't say anything to now a person who can hear me and understand it, I'm gonna say that shit. And he say anything out his mouth too. He just seemed nicer to me.
He's supposed to, but like in private though.
He say anything out his mouth all the time to anybody. But he seemed nice. So people like, I seem mean, basically. I mean, I am, but I think meaner.
Yeah, your dad, you need a real dad.
No, I had a dad all my life. I mean, not all my. I have my dad, and then since I was 7, a dad.
Okay, a boundary you set for people you date, and do you feel like comedy need boundaries?
Take the
Boundary I
boundaries
set for
out.
people I date. It just depends on the degree of the relationship. I don't set too many. Like, it depends on where we're going and how we're doing it.
I'm saying if you meet somebody, y'all say y'all want to be monogamous, and y'all want to be married, like what's like something that's out of bounds?
Well, I've never been there before, so I couldn't really attest to that. I mean, monogamous want to be married. I don't really set boundaries for that kind of thing. I mean, if I'm like rocking with somebody and we kicking it, I just kick it on the vibe of what we're doing.
So you ain't never had a serious boyfriend?
Yeah.
Some women have it though, even though they had boyfriends. You be like, you ain't never had no real boyfriend.
I mean, on some real shit. Like I literally just told my last serious boyfriend today, like, bro, I'm cool. Boundary. I said, yeah, no, I've had a serious relationship. Oh, I was saying on some real shit. I just had a guy, you know, that was my last like serious relationship, and you know, one thing I get into is I be friends with these niggas, right? And I be fucking with the friendship. And then they like fall for the shit, cause like it's cool, you know. And I give them a pussy, whatever. Like
a little dash. Piece of pussy.
And they want a little bit more, and then it's just like they're, you know, I mean they're there, and they're kind of like, you know. And
your boss is good.
But that's neither here nor there. It's just like I run into this issue where it's either that or it's like, well, it's pretty much just that. Like, I don't want that seriousness kind of thing. Like, I think sex carries so much energy, and at this point, I'm really serious about building for my community. Like, and I'm really serious about giving that energy to, one, keeping it for myself so I can give it to others. Like,
so you done fucking?
I ain't finna done fucking.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I like fucking, and I like connecting, and I like having a dope connection to fuck, but I can't do everything to connect so crazy, so hard, because I gotta connect with the strangers, the people I meet, and the audiences.
So you're not gonna be able to have a man and like connect with people?
I mean, I just think it takes so much out of you, especially with this building phase that I'm doing. You know, I'm starting new venues. Every night performing. I'm pulling up a podcast. Like, I just left an event. I just bartended for 9 hours. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, all I'm doing is people, and that I have to reserve. You know that shit when Summer Walker said, like, I'm an empath. She don't want to be around people and shit like that. Like, as an artist, when you're giving that much, and when you really giving, and when you giving, like, from your fucking soul, like, the passion that you feel when you speak, when niggas feel that shit, where that shit gotta come from? That shit come from somewhere. Mm-hmm. Like,
so you get drained.
That shit can be drained. One thing is, I love giving that to a group or to a space or to a platform. I love that. But one motherfucker, for more than, you know, a few hours or for more than like a little...
You sound like a man. Can you push that mic down?
Honestly.
Bad time.
Sorry, I'm too loud.
No, it's blocking your face.
No, yeah.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I kept looking at it too. No.
Okay, cool. But it was
you.
also blocking my chin hair, so... Like this.
Girl, we all got it.
Girl, no, my shit needs a waxing.
I live with tweezers.
Nah, but that shit is draining. And nigga, like, I fuck with it, but like, don't come to me talking about no, like, and I hate this, but like, don't come to me talking about like the marriage shit and like deep shit. Like, that deep shit is cool, but like, bruh, like, this shit is draining.
You used to bullshitters.
I'm used to bullshitters, and lately, I think this is what's crazy. This is the bullshit about life, because I've been like, so, you know, I've been dirty, I've been like left and right, all that bullshit, right? And then I've steadily been working on myself. So I've been becoming this dope ass bitch that would not be left over. You know what I mean? Like, I used to be over 200 pounds, like, I used to be like way big, like, so I've just been a different, I used to be the bitch that you would talk to about the bitch like me.
Like, cracking up.
Like, I've had niggas talk to me about the bitches that they like the ones they really like, and still be like, well, you gonna get this man? Like, so I've experienced, I've been that bitch before.
Yeah. And
now to be the bitch that, like, you try to make that one, that's the shit that I don't really fuck with, because I know the game. Because I've been a bit, like, it's always, those two bitches exist in niggas' life. Period. So
you've been on both sides of the tracks.
I've been on both sides of the tracks, and I just hate that shit. So like, it's just so hard for someone like me, especially for me, to be like such a deep thinker, deep overthinker. You know what I mean? Like, and my uncle used to always say this. It was so funny, but like, you know, my uncle was a player. My uncle, like, we loved the shit. You know, my uncle, he got out of jail. He started staying with us for a little bit, and we would ride around town. He would get rides with us to all his bitches, and he would just collect money. Like, we wanted to go like go to Corral. He's like, hold 1 minute. What? He called this lady with some real big titties, right? And he went, and we drove him to her house, and she went to her house. He went to our bitch, give me 10 minutes. Nigga came out like $200.
Okay.
He came out like kissing on her. It was hilarious, and we all went to fucking go to Corral. You know, so like my uncles ain't shit. My dad, you know, I
My
didn't
uncle
know.
was eating some pussy in there.
Nigga got gave a quick 5 in the night.
Some.
And got some Golden Corral money.
Okay.
You know, so like, and that's the shit I grew up with, and that's the shit I see. That's the shit I experience. I've been, you know, so
I can relate to that too. Like my parents are young. Both of my parents are young, so they teach you like, nigga, this player shit. This is what we did. This is what niggas is gonna run on you, and that's also part of why I am the way that I am, because my parents put me on game. My mother was like, you're not gonna be green, nobody gonna be taking advantage of you, and you're not gonna think that people fuck with you. My mother will tell you real quick, don't nobody love you except your mother.
right,
Your mother love you, and everybody else don't give a fuck about you, so make sure you give a fuck about you.
right.
So I get it, like you seen the game, and you know how it's been played, so you like, nah, you don't want to even invest no time in that shit.
Yeah. No, for sure. But what's crazy also is like, okay, so this is what's got me fucked up, y'all. Or this is what has had me fucked up. Is I grew up, my mom was like on some OG shit when I was growing up, like in the beginning of my life. Like, okay, so she met my dad, she was in church. Oh, she met my dad, she was in church, right? And he cheated on her with a bitch from the choir, all of that shit. So she left the church. We moved like back home. It was like 35 minutes away from where we were, but we moved back home. My mom starts getting back into like, well, she didn't get in. She for the first time gets into like the drug game, where her stepbrother starts like selling like
Don't tell us.
No, it's fine. It's no statute of limitations. The statute of limitations is
over. Okay, cool.
But she starts like cooking. Like I was like, what is that on the stove? Like I didn't know what was going on. So like
this was in North Carolina or in New York?
girl, this is in North Carolina.
Yeah. Okay, y'all some gangsters.
Yes, so that happens. And like, so then she meets my stepdad and like whatever, and then you know they're doing their thing, and it was some years until my first like that was kindergarten, first grade, second grade. I'm talking about like my mom was trapping. I'm wearing Jordans. She like, we about to rock the project. Put your glasses on. You know, like she was like, we about to stunt. She had a Z or 280Z, what they call it, and I sat on her 12s. That's why I can't hear shit now. So I was sitting on her fucking speakers. She didn't have backseat. She had fucking speakers. My mom was the like trap queen type shit. And then like my cousin, my dad's sister, who like got married, and my aunt got married, and she became a minister the next day. And that was my mom's best friend. And that was my dad. Like my dad had split up, and my aunt invited her to church. And she went to church. She went to her initial sermon when she became a minister. And my mom got back into church. And she left the drugs alone. She brought my stepdad to church, and he got saved. And he was like in and out, like he was using at the time. And so they started going to church, and everything just changed because she stopped selling drugs. So then we got like poor.
Oh shit! Damn, plot twist.
And that was in like the pivotal moments, like that was like 3rd and 4th grade.
Yeah.
So like, who needed to be flying 2nd grade, bitch? When I needed it,
She's
we
like,
was
I'm
in
in
church,
grade.
and like I was wearing like thrift store shit, so it like really fucked me up. Like,
so you feel like you use comedy to cope?
I use comedy to cope with a lot of bullshit. Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I use comedy just to cope. I use helping people to cope. I use work to cope. Like, you know, when I'm working, I don't have to really focus on anything else. I can just focus on work.
Yeah, that's the best way to be. You can make money while you bothered. That shit is lit.
You weren't bothered. What's bothering me? I'm
Exactly.
Building my brand. I'm not bothered. I'm
Right.
happy. I'm fine.
Everything's well.
Everything's great.
All is well.
Everything's fine.
Last time you was disrespected and you stayed calm.
Probably recently today, or I got this bartending job at a place that I'm not gonna promote now because I said this, because I just answered the question this way.
Okay.
But like,
I'm not gonna promote now.
but it's something to be said about people who are kind of like more or less intimidated by your boss energy when you kind of carry it a certain way. I mean, I'm not gonna turn myself down for nobody, and I really don't give a fuck at this point and stage in my career, because I can find another bag. Oh shit! Thank you so much. I could. No, we don't.
Strap with that.
Yeah, and we
Not
don't
a
need
tall
that.
titty. Like your neck.
No, we don't need that. We don't need that. Thank you so much.
I know what titty was, man.
No. Oh, I know it. I was knowing titty was out. Yeah, but I mean, I guess disrespected. And I was kind of disrespecting the same space of like just me being a kind of intimidating energy and intimidating force. I was really disrespected because there's a convention that's. Never mind. I'm not gonna be. Well, I already fucking said it.
Yeah. Let's go.
There's a convention in town. Comedy convention.
That's the name of it?
It is Comics Rock Convention. This is the most messiest statement I've ever said. Well, it's not messy, but it's just like me telling my story, speaking my truth. So I worked on this convention last year, and it was the 9th year, and I helped out in a tremendous way. I helped find venues because it was based in Atlanta. I did my first comedy festival last summer, so I was referred by like my mentor to the person organizing the festival, like to put it together or whatever, right? So I helped put it together, organize it. I have footage of like us staging the event. I also have footage of me getting the shout out last year in front of like 200 people, comedians, and individuals, of how much of an asset I was. Now, over the course of time, I said, hey, I know you have a convention, but I also have my festival. I know you want me to work on it this year, but I can't do both. Let's all do it together because I'm going to be, I was a super glue part of this. I have my own event here. And they're like, no, like, I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. And then so there was I'm going to do the convention, but let's do it separately. And I still want you to work on both. And I was like, listen, I really can't do it, whatever. So long story short, there was I'm going to pay you $500 a month to work on my event where I have put together my own event. I know what it takes to put that together and all the working hours that it takes. And I was disrespected in the space of like being talked down to. I'm a new brand. I did have a few staffing issues and stuff, but like for the parameters of the budget and I was given the time, I was doing a very good job. And long story short, like there was a disrespect. Artists are always disrespected sometimes in the space, like younger artists, because they have the heart, they have the passion, and sometimes people above them will abuse that. And I feel like I was abused in that space of, hey, I'm gonna say to you, you can do all of this stuff for me, when you know I have an event, you know I have this. So anyway, I stood my ground. I sent a very long voice memo to advocate for myself because I was disrespected. And over the course of time, everything seemed like it was good. And long story short, the convention happened this week, and I went to drop off my mentor who initially connected me last year to the event. Now, I did my festival at this venue, right? This convention was happening at a whole other venue. Now I had a successful festival at this venue. Then the convention gets moved to this venue. I set up the registration for it. I had my team member, I had 2 members of my team put up together a website for it this year. When I dropped my mentor off, 2 women came to me and were like, hey, are you on the list? Did you register for the convention? I'm sorry, you can't come in to this event.
Oh shit.
So you were even
To the event that my staff set up their website for. Now, not to mention, I am contracted with this exact venue and club. I represent them in private events. Like the owner was just like, we were just texting. He was like, oh, I didn't know. I thought you just had to work. I didn't even know that happened. That's terrible. But it's, in a private event. And I had to take the high road. And I'd be like, bitch, I set this shit up.
Okay.
You wouldn't even do, like, literally, I convinced you to do the event. You weren't going to do it.
Right.
So it's just disrespecting that space. And, sometimes your idols become your rivals. That's just kind of what that is. I didn't intend for it to happen. I don't, I'm speaking my truth. I'm not even a messy person. Like, it's not the type of things that I do. Like, but that's crazy. You know what I mean? To be the person that, like, really wanted to help and all of that. You abuse my time and my energy and my space. You disrespect that of me. And it's really all because you just kind of want to hold me back or you want me to, like, work on your shit. Yeah. And fuck that, man. Stand down on who you are. So sometimes you just disrespect it because you stand at 10 down on who the fuck you are.
Many times.
Have you ever told a joke that was like that made someone cry? And have you been made fun of to the point where you cried?
Okay, I've definitely made someone cry laugh before, but I do not remember that joke because I was drunk. And I was just in my zone. Like, sometimes you just be in your zone.
Okay.
It'd be like that. Like, when you just, like, sucking dick and he's just, like, screaming.
I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl.
Oh, my God.
I'm not that and shit.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm the worst.
So, did I ever cry from something you said?
Yeah, like you've been made fun of to the point where you cried.
No.
It was tough.
Yeah, like, nah.
What were you teased about?
I was mostly teased for being weird.
Fat, right?
Huh?
You was fat, right?
I was big, but I was mostly teased for being weird. Like, and different. Corny, like, you know. Like,
You just ain't blend.
I
You stood out.
I've always stood out. So I've always been that quirky, weird girl. So
My shit was my forehead.
That's why she's wearing the hat today.
I'm not gonna know. It's the lace. That's the reason I'm wearing the hat today. Child, the lace is lifting.
Yeah.
The lace is lifting.
Okay, so what you think about like, you know, I was watching the 5150 show early, and Corey said something about earthquake came in his dressing room and took over and kicked people out. So he called him basically like a dope fiend and all this kind of shit. So like, do you feel like when you have some type of beef with a comedian, shit that just stay like behind the scene, or you feel like you should go public with it if you feel like?
I mean, I honestly keep that shit so to the cuff and closely. I think that your beef is like internal, and I think that for me, especially still being very young in the game, you know, like I did not say the person I was talking about, I did not say anything because that person's been in the game for 30 years. So there's a certain weight that people carry, especially in comedy, where it's like, I mean, anybody can stop my opportunities because I'm building my own shit.
Big part.
But at the same time,
You can't stop certain shit though.
but that can be me building my own shit has definitely stopped other people fucking with me, just because if they fuck with me and I got my own shit, that makes me automatically stronger than them because they fuck with me and they ain't got their own shit. So I've not been fucked with multiple times. I've been here before, so I'm not tripping on that. But in terms of like the beef shit, I just think it just makes it more of a mess. Then it makes it harder for the community, and I'm always over the community over individual. Like, if I know a lot of people that fuck with this person and don't fuck with me, also fuck with me and fuck with her, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I don't fuck with her.
Yeah.
Because then you're gonna make people choose a side, and niggas are followers. So ain't nobody gonna fuck with me. It's already about people don't fuck with me now. So I'd rather not scream from the mountaintop, hey, I don't fuck with this person. Don't fuck with them. Because all they're gonna do is fuck with that person.
I just wouldn't do it because people be snakes.
But people are gonna be snakes.
They know who you don't fuck with, and it's like they know how to play you. So you showed your hands. But if they don't know who you don't fuck with, then they don't know what the fuck they saying around you or telling you or doing. Like,
facts.
you just up.
Facts. But it's a long game, man. I don't give a fuck. It's a long game.
It is.
I don't give a fuck who don't fuck with me at a certain moment in time. Like, you gotta understand, like, it's levels to this shit. So no matter you not fucking with me on level 1, it's cool, nigga. I'm gonna be on level 10 and you gonna be level 3. Like, I'm still killing my shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it is when you focus on your goals.
And that's the thing, too. That's what I was going to say about you focusing on you and how you say, like, you ain't really tripping off nobody. How you say sometimes your idols become your rivals. You don't have no rivals because you're not worried about them. Fuck that.
Right.
And fuck what if they on level 3, level 2, but you're on level 10. Fuck them people.
Right. Excuse me, honey. I'm the baddest in school, the baddest in life. Excuse me, honey, but nobody's in my lane.
Okay,
You know what I mean? Like,
right.
when you create a lane for yourself, and on some real shit, when you just genuinely want niggas to win, like, when that shit don't change, no matter how much people got something to say, no matter how, like, when you genuinely, when that stays true, you can't help but, like,
win.
Jump off.
You can't help but win, yeah.
Like,
no question.
Okay. Last time you lost respect for an entertainer, and last time you lost respect for like someone in your life.
Last time I lost respect for an entertainer. I probably say that situation that just happened. I did lose respect in that situation. And I know I lost respect because, like, I know I'm on the cusp of something, and I know that I'm going to reach my goal, and I know I'm going to produce an amazing series that's going to go on TV.
Lit, can I be on it?
If you're a comedian. No, but I'm going to do it in the reference. I am going to do it in terms of, like, comedy, and I know that's going to happen. And that just happened to, like, you know, when I lose respect for someone, I'm never going to work with you again. So that's just kind of how that goes. Last time I lost respect for someone in my family.
Yeah, somebody you know.
Somebody I know. Somebody I know. I don't know. Like, I think respect is a two-way street, but, like, losing respect is, like, you gotta do a lot for me to lose respect for you. I think I've definitely been affected by people and, like, tread lightly with them, but I still have respect for them. I think the last time I, like, said I was gonna tread lightly with someone, will probably just be when they I don't know. I'm pretty nice, to be honest with you. I hate that. But until you do something like, to me, if I lose respect for you, it's gotta be like, I feel like if I'm losing so much for you, it's gotta be a loss for me too. And I don't like losing my energy. So I don't give you that much, like, power, if you will.
You don't care to give them or take away respect.
Yeah, like, I'ma still fuck with you. You're still a human. I still have that certain amount of, I guess, respect for you. I don't think I can lose respect. And I don't like to say it like, you know, on some pageant shit, but I don't think I can really lose respect for somebody. Like,
Shit.
I'm gonna stop fucking with you. I'm gonna distance myself, but I will always have a certain element of respect. I'll speak to you when I see you.
Shit. I'm not that big of a person.
Give me an example of what you're talking about.
Like, if I lose respect for you, I'm in a sorority. I've had sorority sisters that I really don't fuck with, and it's not all for the strength of no catty shit. It could have came from catty shit, but not on my end. So now I don't respect you because I'm really real. I'm really genuine. Like, niggas named me Silver Lining. Like, I'm glitter and fucking rainbows with them. So, despite when I'm me, you know. But there are people who just won't fuck with me, like you said, off the strength of I know who I am. I'm comfortable with who I am. And so you bring that weird energy to me, and now I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why are you bringing this to me?
It'll make you lose respect?
Nah, it'll be how you carry it. So I've lost respect for somebody based off of how they carry their, like, inner feelings for me, basically. So, like, with sororities and shit, you do pleasure and all that shit like that, whatever. I'm not going into that because I don't want you to ask all
No,
the
tell
questions,
us. Did you
but
take the wood before? I'm just kidding.
Nobody ain't hitting me. So if they wanted to hit, I could fight you, like, that type of shit.
I'm kidding.
Now, I'll answer your question. I'll answer that. But anyway, it's based off of how you carry that shit. Like, if you can hold that within you, like how you said, I could be the bigger person and whatever. I got it within me. I'll say, hey, whoop-de-whoop, cool. I don't know, or I don't need to know, or we ain't got to even, whatever. But if you bring that shit my way in any form or fashion, when I know that I was genuinely just kind to you, yeah, I don't respect you because you trying me now. So if I don't fuck with you, I can walk in a group of everybody who fucks with both of us and act like you're not there. Literally, I won't say anything.
I mean, for me to be in the space that I'm in and on some real, like, not to be bullshit or not to be funny, but like presidential shit, if you will, like, you know, I'm really gonna do some influential shit in the comedy industry, and like, I try to say it not sounding like high and mighty, but like, you know what I mean? You know, niggas be persecuted, you know what I mean? Niggas be, you know, like, you gotta rise above that kind of niggas, especially if you're gonna be on that type of shit, and like, I know I'm just rising above, like, I've already booked people that I know have talked about me. I've had people come and quoted the shit people have said to me, and I booked them a few months later for my shows, and I pay them out of money that I don't really have, but
I don't respect it if it come in a real way. Like,
nah, it's not even that. It's like, you gotta judge them not for they know not what they do type shit, and not even on no bullshit. I'm not trying to be religious. I'm not Jesus, but I'm not but like, for real shit, man. Like, there's a little bit of God in all of us, and I ain't on no. I hate every time I talk about something spiritual, I feel like niggas on some Kanye shit. But like, I'm not on that Kanye shit, but like on some real shit, like, you know, you really gotta understand, niggas are gonna come at you, they're gonna persecute you, they're gonna not understand you. I don't want to be understood by that, because if you can understand me, nigga, that don't make me as great as I am. Like, so I don't really trip on people not fucking with me.
I don't either. But I just act like you don't exist.
But I still, but that's kind of like, I get that, and I can still look through you, but in acting like you don't exist, I'm just rising above the element of where you're only going to exist to me. You're only going to exist as a talent I will book. You're not be somebody I will invite to my house on holidays or build a relationship with in that other space personally, but you're still a talent, and I still respect the talent that you have. I'm still going to book that. Like, even if you got shit to say about me or my shows, niggas going to have shit to say. If I stopped booking people that had shit to say, or people that disrespected me, or people that misinterpreted me, I wouldn't have no fucking talent to work with.
I don't believe that. I just believe there's always somebody out here. You know, like, we are here, so it's like we got who is here. However, who you're exposed to social media or based off of who you know, that could change with like this.
Yeah, but
You just get
so. All
exposed
right,
to more
I hate to
people.
reference this, especially because like the shit she's going through. Jada Pinkett really said it really best. Like, love is not like this beautiful experience. Like, love is this one thing that's like so hurtful. Like, and when you unconditionally love someone, you have to be open to them devastating you. Like, that's what real love
You do
is.
that with strangers?
Is like, no, but when you have a genuine kind of love for the people in your community, like, your people are going to not understand the value of you, or they're going to understand the value of you and misinterpret that value, or they may mishandle you. I'm not saying you excuse that. I'm not saying you excuse every action and every person. I think there's a degree to that.
Yeah.
I want conditions.
Yeah, I got conditions.
I mean, I understand that. I just think when you really want to be to a certain level and you ascend, you just, there's certain shit that you just don't let phase you.
Yeah,
I with your man.
I'm not talking about
community. She's talking about
I'm not
with
talking
strangers.
about, I'm talking about literally with the artists that I work with and the artist community that I have. Like, there's certain intentions. Like, I got the best intentions of my event. I do everything to make it right. I'm still a small team. I got me and 2 other people. I booked 10 artists. 2 out of 10 are gonna have some shit to say about the show.
That's constructive criticism. You're gonna have to take that.
It's not.
I mean, even if it's not constructive, you're gonna have to take that regardless.
But keep in mind, I'm an artist, so I'm sensitive about my shit. Niggas are gonna say shit
yeah.
that's insensitive about my shit. So I'm not saying that. I think it's degrees to constructive criticism. I think it's constructive criticism, and I think sometimes it's downright fucking disrespect.
Yeah,
it's definitely.
All right, that is a different. All right, if you're doing business with someone and then they have an opinion that, or this is my perspective. If I'm doing business with someone and their opinion of what I'm doing isn't what I would like it to be, that's not grounds for me to say you don't exist anymore. Nothing can't really hurt my feelings because I know what it takes to do what I do.
Of course.
So when it comes to that part, it's like, all right, now that's something I can learn from, or I can get offended by it or whatever, but I choose to learn from everything. As you said, there's something in all of us. So yeah, take the lesson. That's not grounds to just cancel a person, in my opinion.
Okay, so I've had artists, and this is like something that, so I co-produced a show, and I had an artist be like, pretty much, it's crazy because I'm just like airing all the shit. You said I was gonna talk about some shit.
This what happens here.
So, alright, so I had an artist that pretty much was like,
What's his name?
no, I'm not about to do that. Alright, so this artist like posted that they needed help somewhere, right? And I sent some money, and I was like, this is an advance for the show because they're on the show less than 7 days from the day I sent the money, like the next week. So I had another host for the show. I was a producer. I had another host. And the host, when they booked him, was like, yo, if you don't get no money, I'll give it to you myself, right? Like, that's what she said. Because, like, so when she reached out to book this said person, and this person was like, Vanetta don't be paying people. And so she was like, well, she don't pay you, I'll pay you myself. That's what she said. So, long story short, I sent that girl the same person that money. And then the show happened, and then she hit up the host again and was like, yo, I didn't even pay for the show. Now, when I sent the girl the money, I sent her like $50. Now, I only paid every other artist like $20. I'm still like an independent producer. You're only doing 8 minutes. You're not like, headliner funny yet anyway. So I'm just paying you for your time. We're networking. It's not a big deal. I paid that girl $50. I said, and she's like, thanks. I was like, consider it in advance. What else would it be in advance for? So like, not only did I didn't know prior to me sending her like more money than I would have sent anyone for performing. Right.
That she even said that.
I didn't know she said that. And then she follows up and doubled down on it. And I had the girl send her $20 and the girl brings it up to me and was like, hey. And I was like, whoa.
Right.
So like that's what I'm talking about in terms of like respect, because like you said
but
that
that's someone I wouldn't book them again because that's bad business and that's not something I want affiliated with my brand to care about the people that surround me and what I'm doing. I'm not bringing you back in if you're doing funny shit.
But that person was also like has come to some other shows. I'm not saying I put them in my festival and they performed in other states after that, and like I've helped progress their career in certain ways. And I think that that's something that I don't regret one still involving them. And I know that, here's the thing, I know they still had shit to say.
Mm-hmm.
I know they still had negative things to say. You know what I mean? Like, and I know probably,
Absolutely.
and even in the space of like them getting booked in other spaces, they probably put my negativity in other spaces. But honestly, I think it's just a decision that I make, and it's just like a selflessness of me in that space where it's like, I'm gonna let y'all do that. Like, I'm gonna still win regardless. Like, and you know, maybe it's you know, like, so that's the example and what I mean in the terms of like, I've had situations where I felt like I've definitely been disrespected.
Yeah.
And I've definitely had that, but I've definitely still worked with them because if I don't work, like, who else gonna work with you if you got that kind of, you know what I mean? And I mean, you probably should be worked with. Yeah, I get it.
Fix it. You get me? Fix the behavior.
You probably always do that. Like, that's probably like a little scam. Like,
yeah, it sounds like a scammer. And so if you keep on feeding into that, she's gonna keep on running the same scam.
I mean, well, that's the last time that was like an opportunity that happened.
That you know of for you.
But that what's crazy is that girl actually did really stop fucking with her. And I think on some real shit, I think that girl, because I did put that girl in the festival, that girl stopped working with the festival with me. So, you know, I do think that there are certain people that stand down on their principles and have those things. And I mean, I don't know, like, I think, and I'm not on no Jesus shit, so don't like say that.
No,
but
you're
I do
fine.
think that like being spiritual and being good, you know, sometimes I am too good, and I think that does go back to, you know, not having two parents.
I mean, you've been through a lot of things, but you seem just like a forgiving person, regardless. And that could go with the church aspect. Like everybody you mentioned was in the church, and that's how they end up changing their life and stuff. So you're taught that turn the other cheek stuff, and you know.
I mean, I am, and plus, like, I'm the type of, and I'm gonna tell you real shit. When I am not fucking with you, or I'm not fucking with you,
Mm-hmm.
I'm petty.
Are you a Leo?
I'm a Leo.
Okay, because I see it on you.
Yeah.
Me too.
Hey,
Yes,
August what?
5th.
Hey, August 19th. My best friend is August 5th.
my
Hey.
sister's birthday.
Hey.
August 19th. My whole family August. 9th,
Yeah.
5th, 11th, 16th.
My best mom, shout out to my ride or die, Farrah Lee.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I am very much Leo, and that's what I'm saying. Like I'm an extremist, so I like this good cop. I like this good person, cause then you know I would be hitting the tabloids before I was famous. Like how this bitch on Atlanta like live for going crazy. This spotted bitch going crazy at Crave for not being tipped. Like I was just like,
not for not being tipped.
like I would just be hitting like bitch going crazy on artists for saying that she don't pay niggas when they like I would go crazy on these niggas.
But I mean that is gonna keep on coming back to you tenfold.
I know.
Gonna keep on
I know.
getting
That's why I said
karma,
I'm gonna choose that.
But at the same time, as you progress, don't keep on grabbing weights. And,
oh yeah,
you know
I mean
what I'm saying?
it's a totally different thing when I progress. Like again, when I'm a show and all this shit, this niggas ain't gonna be on the show. I mean, like, I've been
cracking
cool
up.
with them. Like,
You've been warned.
I mean,
y'all niggas ain't gonna be on the show.
it's a certain level of niggas that's coming with me certain levels. Now I put you on the festival and I put you on this brand and I'll let you go and perform another place. Like I'll create space for that for sure. When it comes to my shit, nigga, all good energy.
Yeah.
And all fresh meat. Like I'm only fucking with people that like really are deserving and really fucking with it. And niggas gonna see. Like,
and that will build your community. Like yes, the community. I'm gung ho community, my people, all of that stuff. But everything ain't for everybody, and you can't force it. You can't put no square in a circle hole.
and everybody ain't coming. Everybody
exactly.
can't come.
Exactly.
Everybody doesn't know. That's why and I think that's why I'm very cognizant of like, yeah, I'm gonna play this like, you know, I'm cool.
How you gotta play it? Which
I'm definitely, you know what I mean. Especially until like the team, everything comes to fruition like I want it to. But shit, yep, everybody can come.
Until then.
Until then.
Yeah, I'm cracking up. She like part Virgo too. That's why she crazy like that.
Yeah.
You seem like boys though, like
I'm androgynous.
No, you're not.
Fuck that mean.
I'm crying. It means that you give like both genders. Like how you look. You ever look at somebody and be like, what is that? That's androgynous.
Like,
so
like look wise.
Yeah.
Talking about personality.
Now look wise, like you give that. It's giving.
Nah,
I ain't
so
talking
it's-
about looks. She talking
no,
about
it's like on some real shit. Sorry, I never posted the fucking live like a silly rabbit. Let me show you my little brother on Instagram. Oh, can I do this? I'm sorry, no. But I want to show you my little brother. He's we like complete each other, and I just so look. We're both androgynous. So like we both wear braids or like locks or whatever, you know what I mean? And like I'm very much a woman and I get boo, but like he is very like much the feminine like part of me. Like I feel like we were like twins trapped. He's
like
makeup
gay or
artist.
something?
Yes, he is gay, but that's not the point. It's like gender. So
It's the look.
he calls himself a gentle lady. That's what he goes by. And it's not okay. So gender is a social construct.
Yes, it is.
So like when you're born, you get this blue. When you're like as a boy, when you're a girl, you get that. You know, it's like it. And if women were able to pick, if I was able to pick, I'd pick red. And a nigga can pick a red color.
So what is that like the dictionary meaning of it, or you just saying what you think it means?
No, androgynous is literally a term, like a cultural.
No, I'm saying
term.
when you say gender, like that's like what you saying, like the dictionary.
No, so like the gender being a social construct, the idea of it, if it's meaning as a social construct, it's like it's something that we develop from a societal norm that's pushed on us. Cases like pink and blue. So that's like a girl boy.
Trucks and dolls.
So like that's a
Cooking
social construct. Like women are supposed to be mommy's little helper in the kitchen. And like men are supposed to be like on sports teams and like sports. So these are social constructs that dictate your gender. And me and my brother, we were both raised by a very masculine woman. So we both got this real nigga side of the woman, you know what I mean? But we also got this, very pretty woman, and she would dress feminine. But like, we both got that side of that.
Yeah.
And like, your attitude is different as you grow older. So he took his differently and I took mine differently. And I was firstborn. So I was definitely raised, I guess, more masculine and, more whatever.
Tough.
So I'm just very tough, like mentally and like, verbally and I guess in communication. I ain't gonna throw no football or no shit. But, like I'm very,
The oldest is usually tough. Like
yeah.
my sister would, like she would fight dudes and shit like this. I guess it's kind of
yeah. So so it's so funny because I went to school with these I got some cousins.
Sounds like she was about to say like the Menendez brothers or something.
No, so I went to school with this like, all right, so this is a girl, Italy Lucas, that I played she played basketball for UNC.
Mm-hmm.
She's a stud, fucking beautiful, right? She has a younger brother who's like a ballet dancer.
Dope.
Fucking beautiful, right? And but like they're both like
fire, athletic.
But she's the girl playing basketball, he's the boy that's the dancer.
Mm-hmm.
And I had like some cousins that were like a year apart, but like she was like the volleyball player, she was more whatever, and
so the girl is the older one?
Yes.
Okay.
And so I've seen a lot of those interactions where the girls are older, but there's like some kind of
masculinity to it.
Yeah.
So you want kids?
Yeah. At some point.
Okay, so would you want your son to be gay, or would it bother you?
It wouldn't bother me if my son was gay. I think a lot of men like men and they just don't want to talk about it.
That's a fact.
Like I think I think the sexuality has just become so fluid these days that like
that's offending.
That it's like really a lot of people that genuinely just are like inquisitive or like would have that. I see the shit. I see niggas winking at each other all the time. I mean, I see the shit. My little brother, come on. Like, my little brother be talking about,
all these
shit. And like, yeah, he got a baby mama though. Like.
Yeah, for real.
So I see that shit, you know what I mean? And I because of me, and I don't believe in gender-based double standards,
Same.
like, I know that I've definitely liked more feminine men, like not like
girls.
Oh, yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah, so like, I'm either dating like a more harder woman or like a softer man.
Wow.
Because I need someone that appeals to like my sides, So like,
who you can dominate.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, but also like someone that appeals to that, like, oh my God, so this guy that I'm seeing. This guy that I'm seeing, he likes his nipples, like,
Suck.
Yes, like.
And you like that shit.
I love it!
Oh my God.
I don't think that's feminine. Like,
He like that
hey, I don't think. Now, if I'm thinking in the ass, you can't do that.
Man, you
Oh
might
my
get there though
God.
one day.
I don't think that's feminine, but like butt play and shit like that. But
That is definitely a little more like on the feminine.
Yeah,
side.
that's not attractive to me. I had one guy ask me to do that, like, can you suck my nipples? And I was like, No, I had two dudes that can do that. I'm like, no, bro.
I mean, it's like if a girl want to do it type shit. Like,
Right,
don't just
just
be
do
like, hey, can you?
Yeah, nah, one dude was like,
Yo, but I saw the light in his eyes when he saw that like girls. So like I pulled up on him one time and I had like this, like I had my hat to the back. You know, sometimes I'll dress like,
he was on some night shit.
I'm so cute when I do it because like I was just like, I really do like wearing my hat to the back, like some sweatpants. Like, oh my gosh, if I could do that all the time, y'all would.
Yeah,
Like, that's my vibe.
Like
Yes, that's my vibe. So anyway, so I pull up on that and he was like, let me find out your little bull dagger. And so I saw that he liked that shit. I was like, oh, he must, you know, be more feminine and stuff. And so he loves to kiss and he loves that shit. Like, he's very,
So
and I love it.
would you date a bisexual man?
Yes, I think he's also bisexual.
I think you would too. I was like,
no,
man,
I'm so, and honestly, I think that, I think that we've gotten the closest to like it, but I don't know. I would like it to be known. Like, I think I've dated a lot of bisexual men that would not tell me. But like, I would be so much more comfortable if I was dating a bisexual man that was just like open about it, at least with me, because I don't judge that. I don't have a problem. Like, I don't, and I just like, I want that openness and that safety, of course. But like, I would just really want that openness on it.
If you did have a bisexual man, he was that free enough to tell you, that would be lit. Cause that connection, like,
that would be
y'all
so
would be able
lit.
to be like totally free when y'all
We free with
sex
each
and
other
shit.
and stuff, and like, you know, just like it would be dope.
For real. I mean, not to say it only happens with bisexual men, but I'm saying somebody who can be completely honest with you, y'all able to like really turn the fuck up. And do whatever you want. It's not no shy sex or nothing going on.
And you don't know holes barred and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I am so into that. Yeah.
I like women who like, I would rather a woman tell me like if she fucking with somebody for money or and she fucking. I like shit like that, but
Yeah.
I don't want no motherfucker that just be constantly lying. Like, it's just like, bro, come on, like it be obvious that you know just tell the truth.
What's crazy is like, it's been so hard for me to fuck with niggas for money. Like, I've been down bad. Like, the last 2 years in entrepreneurship, I probably got the most money from niggas that I was fucking with that I've ever have. Like, one of my jokes that I can't use was like, recently, because I'm talking about being independent, like I pay my own bills, buy my own weed, make my own stuff come. You know, like I had a joke like that. I cannot use that the past year and a half. Okay, that shit.
Do you say that too?
What?
Like, I used to say this shit, but I can't say that shit.
I can't say that shit no more.
You need to put that in there.
I don't say that.
See, I could be one of your writers. See,
let's go. Let's fucking go.
I tried it, but I bummed. I tried it like
to do comedy.
Yeah.
Yo, you would have like this stale delivery. You need like one-liners.
No, it's funny comedians like who reserve, don't really say much. It's just like, it's just what you like though. But I seen comedians who kind of got my personality.
No, I have too. But they have like that. It's like a dry comedy kind of thing. Like, you're not looking for the animated things.
No, not animated, but just like real shit, and that shit just be hilarious.
And the hit, yeah. Straight shoot it.
Okay. Yeah. So what's something you prayed to receive, and something you prayed to be removed from your life?
Pray to receive. I prayed to receive healing. That's easy. Pray to receive healing, and pray to be removed. I guess it's in tandem. So healing from, emotional trauma and things that, constant thoughts. Like, sometimes we just have certain thoughts that just like stick there and won't leave.
Like, you get anxiety type shit.
Anxiety, or just like self-doubt, or just like,
Who do you doubt?
negative thoughts. Myself, my ability to like do everything I want to do, and reach the people I want to reach, and reach my goals, and push through the negativity. So it's that. But one thing that I like really push through is that. So I think it's both of those go hand in hand.
Okay, so I hear that comedians are some of the most depressed people in the world. So how do you deal with depression if you go through it?
You should have just let me let out. I hear comedians are depressed. So how you deal with depression?
So how you deal with that? How does it work for you?
You should have left it right there.
So I wouldn't even say depressed. I would say, yes, comedians are depressed, but what I always talk about is the entrepreneur's wound. It was a BBC article where a lot of entrepreneurs have like this deep wound of emotional trauma or something that like it's really affected them, that like pushed them, like Ted Turner's dad telling me he wouldn't be shit, committed suicide, doing all that shit, like telling him his reason why and all that bullshit. Like Elon Musk getting bullied and nose broken and all that bullshit. So like, you know, I think yes, dealing with depression as a comedian is one thing, but also dealing with like the stain of the entrepreneur, like having something to prove. You know what I mean? Like, and just kind of feeling like that whole, you know, daddy leaving shit and like not having that and working to have that. It's like always wanting that approval.
What do you do to cope with it?
I accomplished some shit. Like, nigga, you gonna know me now.
I know that's right.
You gonna see my name. What's crazy is like, you know, I used to want my daddy to call me and stuff, but now I just want people to be like, do you know Vanetta Schoefield?
Okay.
To him?
That's my daughter. Oh, you must be so proud.
Okay.
Also, like, you don't talk to him
I
now?
haven't talked to him in years. So I just can't wait for that moment to be like, do you know Vanetta Schoefield?
Mm-hmm.
That's my daughter.
Okay, so what if he like, hell no? Like, would that bother you?
I don't know. I don't give a fuck. I'm rich. These niggas are asking him, does he know me? And I'm his fucking daughter that he doesn't know. That's it. That's the moral of the story.
So after they broke up, he just did?
I mean, it really did. Like, my mom didn't kind of want us to have a relationship, more or less. Like, she did not really give a fuck about that. Like, she was salty. He married the bitch. He married the woman doing my hair. He married her.
Mm-hmm.
Had a baby with her. They was together
You
for a
blame
while.
him?
No.
Like, for y'all not having a relationship, not necessarily for...
I don't know. My mom was crazy. You know, my mom was like, you know, she didn't know she was bipolar for a while. And she was just like, and a woman scorned like that, was in love with a nigga, didn't go to the Navy, had a baby, then he left her for another bitch. I mean, God, I don't know what I would do. And she was 23. She's young as fuck. She had me at 20.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what I would have done.
Right.
I'm 34 and I feel like I would have just shot the nigga's cars up. I would have rode by his house all the time. Like right now, I do that shit. Right now, I would fuck a nigga up.
Another nigga who will marry you.
Nigga, that's me 11 years more mature. And I'm at my most mature state, so I don't know what fire I would have had for a nigga that did that to me. So I don't even like really judge her or whatever, you know what I mean? But like,
But she separated y'all. And
yeah, it was really her fault. It was really her fault.
If we talk about it.
I mean, we're really talking about it. And then the one time he did let me go over there, when she did let me go over there, they was fucking, and I heard them fucking, and I told my mama that it was like awkward for me because I could hear it.
Right.
And so she liked that shit. She's like, yeah, so Vanetta had something to say to you. Like, she made me tell him. Just fucking mama.
Yeah,
Petty.
yeah.
Petty bitch, man. I'm sorry. I love you, mommy.
So he never reached out after that? Like,
I mean, we talked. I mean, it's just more layers to the trauma. I ain't
Okay.
gonna get into it.
Okay.
It's a lot more to it.
Heard.
We ain't got all that time. I go see a nigga about a venue. I can't be talking
No,
about
that's
trauma.
right. Okay. Now that I just asked, cause I'm like, why y'all don't talk?
Let's do one more then, since you gotta go. It's a Kanye quote. He said, "Memories have to be our most painful blessings." You agree with that?
Memories have to be almost painful. No, I wouldn't say that. I think they're painful. Well, yeah. I mean, some of them are painful. And the blessings. I mean, I would say some memories. I wouldn't say all of them, because some memories are just blessings.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I don't think I wouldn't say most painful.
I mean, that's some
either.
Kanye shit to
But I
say.
can understand.
That's some Kanye shit, boy. Ain't it?
It's like, I guess because you gotta miss it. Like you remembering it, so now you gotta miss it. Like,
I guess if it's hurtful, like it's gotta be like a devastating memory.
Yeah, because I mean, some are just happy
like
fucking
something
blessings.
that hurt you, but you blessed from the learning. I guess.
No, some memories like literally some memories I hang on to. Like when I'm having other moments.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like when I'm sucking a small dick, I think when I was sucking a big dick.
I do this now. It's beyond me. Okay. That's true. Don't fucking lie and say that you're joking. Your dad's serious. She's telling the truth.
No, I'm just saying like certain things. That was just an example of
one of the times that you do it.
A time that it has happened or could happen in the space of like when I'm doing something that I don't like, I think about something that I love.
Okay, I always ask women, so tell the people what's big and what's small to you. Like, give us your definition.
That was just an example. It depends, because honestly, if I love you, it's gonna add a lot more to it. Like, it's just gonna make the experience better for me in general. So I love you. I'm just like so into it. Like it's like so good. If I love you, if I love you, I'm so into it. It's like so different. Like love adds like 2 inches, for sure.
For real?
Like love adds so much to it.
What if it's
like,
like, what if it's like not good though? What if you love them but it's not good and then it's love?
Oh, that's disgusting.
I mean,
Okay,
it's
right.
some pussy that's not good, but it's like, I make it good, but
What made it not good? It was dry.
Because that would make you not
sorta
good.
too, like yeah. No, I'm just saying, but it's like sometimes some women pussy just ain't that good. So if you do it good to them, they anticipate you coming back, it be well, that type of shit.
So then you gotta leave her waiting. So the next time it's good, better.
I mean, if you do a good job, she just automatically gonna be like, oh, Bug coming through. Like she gonna be
Right.
excited.
God.
I know he gonna do it good.
Okay.
So then
You
it
gonna
be
do
wetter
it
and
right.
shit like that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, let's go and wrap it up and tell the people like I guess what you got coming up and you got merch and all this kind of stuff.
So I have. When is this dropping?
Probably in the morning.
Within
Oh
48 hours.
shit! Oh, you niggas ain't playing. Okay, so I have the honeycomb dropping. Funny Honeys is my brand, but the honeycomb is a digital product for creatives that want to become full-time entrepreneurs. Because I've been able to do that, and also want people to not go through what I've gone through. You know, I've done this in 5 years with the brand. I want people to do it in 3. You know, I want people to learn that. So it's a ebook mixture of like me just talking about me, what I've done, my skill set I've built. And it's a workbook that is simply just focused on kind of road mapping your success, having a plan for that. You know, when should you have an agent, when should you have a manager, like those kind of worksheets and stuff to kind of fill that out. And then lastly, it's going to be templates of like contracts and like EPK and like a little social media template as well for like your rate card and all that stuff. So, yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing with the honeycomb. And yeah, you can catch me at Monday at Crave in Euclid Avenue. Tuesday, we're going to be at Crew Alpharetta starting before the end of September. Wednesday, I gotta go see a guy about this venue. So Thursday, but every Thursday I'm at 10 ATL, and I've been there for every Thursday since past like October. So.
I'm glad you stopped through. You basically like another fucking K or something. Like,
She is, right?
That's that Leo woman shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you coochie and just cool as fuck.
Ah!
Alright, literally is no pressure.
Oh my
I'm
god.
your host, Bangem Bugg.
It's your girl, just came for real, man. And we gone.
And I'm Vanetta Schoefield. Thank y'all so much for having me. Shout out to y'all.
Thank you.
We out, man.
I'm leaving. I'm done.